What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, another week, another Monday, and another town hall in the books. This one is for January 23rd, 2023. And it was a little short. In fact, it ended early. I mean, earlier than the scheduled 2 hours, and they have not done that in a very long time. So I would like to say that there wasn't much, but I do think that there is a lot to still discuss. So I'll try to keep this short, just like the town hall was. But for those of you who might be new to the channel or might be new to this series, every week or whenever there is a town hall, I do my 5 biggest takeaways. So this is not a summary or a recap. In fact, there are fantastic written and video content creators out there that put together full summaries of the town hall. And what I'm looking at right now is the official summary posted on the Splinterlands Hive blog or Peak D website. So I will use this as a visual reference as well as my usual notes so you can see the 5 things that we are going to discuss right now. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first one is land market functionality is coming to the game, which is awesome. And they don't have much notes or many notes on here. It's just first version of the land deed market is coming in. Now, this to me is big, right? I mean, it's expected, but I was, even though I'm not like emotionally tied to land, I was like ready for all of land stuff to continue to be delayed just because there's so much going on, it seems, right? We have Soulbound reward cards that are coming out next week. There's DECB, which we'll get into in one of the other takeaways. But land is here, right? We already have the 0.5, and there are 3 things, right, that we will need, or at least I should say 2 things that we will need before phase 1 is complete. So the first of that is the land market functionality, and this was teased by Farpetrod way back last year, technically last year, but in December, right, when everybody was kind of like on break. So land market functionality, so that is the first step. Then the second step is going to be map enhancements, and after that we will get the full or complete surveying phase, right? So those 3 things will need to happen, and then land phase 1 will be complete, or those 2 things, and then the final step, which will be the surveying phase. So we have the first part that is technically going live tomorrow, or at least whenever you're watching this, it'll be going live on the Tuesday, January 24th update maintenance window. And so again, I think this is a huge step forward. I know land isn't really exciting right now. I mean, some people might be looking at it and you may want to trade, if you want to be in a certain region or if you want to be whatever. To me, it doesn't really matter. It sounds like they want to make all land the same, right? To a certain extent, right? It's not going to have a benefit to be in one region or another outside of some kind of emotional, social, whatever, thing that you are going for. But ultimately, I think that this is a great step forward because that means that we are one step closer to the full implementation of land phase 1, which will be the surveying. Now, granted, I'm not even that excited about like surveying land. It's like opening up a pack and not being able to play with the cards, right? You just kind of know what you have, but ultimately, it will get us moving forward, and then hopefully we can start to look forward to land phase 2 sometime later this year. So I just like seeing any kind of progress that is made on land, and again, this is the first step of that. First step of, we'll call it 3, that will complete the rest of phase 1. So kudos to the team. I hope everything goes smoothly with it. Number 2, this is for Splinterlands TV, but they are going to try something in the month of February and call it FOMO February, where essentially they're giving 2 legendary cards. So I think every streamer, I don't know if it's for every stream, but for every streamer, they're going to give 2 legendary Chaos Legion cards to give away. So I don't know where these cards are coming from. I'm assuming from the team or some kind of holding account for the company, but these cards will be given away, and there's going to be a ton of them available. If you think about how many streamers there are, I am one of them. So I will see what I need to do in order to grab some for my stream to give away, but this is not a bad time to go. And if you haven't checked out Splinterlands TV, go ahead and do so. I mean, you don't have to watch all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but there's a lot of names and faces that you will know or recognize on there that stream regularly. And so, it's a fun thing to do. It supports the community. It supports the team. I believe they have affiliate status now, maybe even partner status. I don't know, but there's some ad revenue that goes there. If you have an Amazon Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to the channel for free. That money is not coming out of your pocket. Amazon is paying that, and it's going to the streamers. It's going to support the company. Well, actually, I think subscriptions go to all of the streamers. So either way, the point being is it's exciting times. It's exciting times, and February is going to be a great month for this because if you remember, Chaos Legion is supposed to sell or burn out by the end of March. So if you haven't gotten all your cards yet and you don't necessarily want to pay for them, this is a great way to go and maybe stack up on some legendary cards if you are lucky enough to get some giveaways. And I've seen some streams, especially at like the odder times, at least for me, right? Like if I'll just like log in and see who's like streaming at like 6 a.m. or whatever, like there might not be that many people on, right? And that's not to like throw shade. It's just sometimes there's not that many people on. And if you join a giveaway and there's like, only a few people in there, your chances go up. So definitely want to shout out and support Splinterlands TV to Rondon for putting this together. I mean, I think I'm genuinely, I don't know if I'm in awe, but I admire the effort put into this by the team, specifically by Ron. And I know Aggie, this means a lot to him. So if you look at it, like no other game is like really investing in having this kind of content around their game 24/7. So I don't know. To me, it's great. I think it's a great way for the community to get involved. It's a great way if you want to be a streamer, you can sign up for those times. I don't know if they have any available now, but the point is like it's just been a good experience overall. And so if you haven't checked it out yet, this would be the time in the month of February coming up. So just in about a week here. Okay, number 3, this is just kind of like an offhand comment that was made, but we know that the team wanted to get DECB out by the end of the month, or at least that's what they were kind of hinting at the beginning of the year. So the DECB, they're saying, I guess the dev was out sick for a couple of days, but it's pretty much ready to go, and it could be here as early as next week, and if not next week, then maybe 2 weeks from now, so that first maintenance window of February. So if you have not been paying attention to the markets, DEC is on the rise. It is actually closing in on 700 Splintoshis. And if you don't remember, just a couple of weeks ago, right before the new year, we hit 550 Splintoshis. So the fact that it is up probably close to 20% now, I think is quite, well, no, not 20%, but close to 15% is quite significant in my opinion. And I don't know what's going to happen with DECB. I don't know if it's going to be vouchers that are burned more or if it's going to be DEC that's burned more. But either way, I think it's going to be a fantastic solution, not full solution, but at least, temporary solution to help us stem the bleeding and give some long-term holders the ability to get something for holding long term and invest kind of in the economy long term, right? Because if you're buying DECB, you're planning on using it on land, you're planning on using it on guilds and guild alliances in the future rather than use it right now. So I think this is going to be great, and overall I am excited for it. So that is the most recent update in terms of ETA that we have for DECB. Okay, let's get into the fun stuff now. Number 4. Now, Aggie kind of said this, again, offhandedly, but he was talking about Rebellion, or he was talking about Chaos Legion, how Chaos Legion is going to be done for sure in March, and that the earliest that they would put out Rebellion is July. But then he called July a stretch goal, which leads me to believe that, let's just be real, I actually don't think we're going to get Rebellion in July. In fact, I wonder, even if the team, could push everybody to try and make it happen in July, maybe they don't. And again, there's no like precedent here. There's no guarantee. The team hasn't like committed to anything. They just said that they want at least 3 months in between pack sales, right? So your end of March to beginning of July is that 3 months, but that is the minimum. And if they're looking to create that kind of FOMO, that kind of, card scarcity that is going to, raise the price of assets across the board, well, then the longer that it goes on, similar to what happened between Untamed and Chaos Legion, the more interesting things could get. Because keep in mind, between that time, I don't know if land is going to be ready by Q3. It probably won't. But tower defense, it's a sneaky one. And if tower defense is ready by July or by sometime in Q2, which I think is a safe bet, right? We are, I don't have it listed in here, but we are probably a couple weeks away from a tower defense beta going live. So I'm hopeful and optimistic that we can get tower defense in, or at least a full release for tower defense by sometime in Q2, which is when Chaos Legion would no longer be in stores. So again, it's an interesting thought. Oh, so why am I bringing that up? It's because tower defense could offer card staking, right? Monster staking as well, in order to get benefits within that game. So here we go, where it's just like, there's no cards available or no packs available, maybe Rift Watchers, but again, we'll see what happens with the Rift Watchers. But as of now, stuff is going to start to run out soon. And so when I think about where Rebellion could be, it could make for an interesting summertime. And if there is that incentive to push off Rebellion, maybe, again, I don't think they're going to push it to like Q4 or anything, but instead of it coming in July, maybe it's pushed to August, maybe it's even pushed to September, who knows, right? But either way, the fact that it's already kind of being hinted at that July is a stretch goal, meaning they're going to try and get it ready by July. We know the track record when it comes to ETAs. So at this point, I am going to assume, and again, this is just for me. I don't have any inside information. I'm just making my own assumption. All right. And we know what happens when we assume, but I'm just making my own assumption based on the information given in today's town hall that we are not going to get it in July. And in fact, I'm going to prepare myself mentally, emotionally for an August release at the earliest. Now, if we get it in July, even better. But as of this point, when you hear me talk about when you hear me talk about Rebellion, I will not be thinking about Rebellion until August. So if I slip up, definitely call me out on it. But that is where my head is at right now when it comes to Rebellion, and I think it could make that 3 to 4 month stretch between the end of March, the end of Chaos Legion, a very interesting time overall in the Splinterlands universe. Okay. And the number 5, this was hinted at in a previous town hall. I don't even know. It might have been last week, but there is a talk. There are talks being had with a movie studio, and there could be a potential pack set that is put out. Again, this would be a mini pack set. So there's nothing new here, but it's a mini pack set that would be no bigger than Rift Watchers. And in fact, we were given a 1 to 2 million packs kind of range. Rift Watchers is 3 million. And we were also given today an April to June timeframe, right? So again, and this kind of goes hand in hand with what Aggie was talking about for Rebellion, saying that if Chaos Legion is done in March, and Rebellion isn't ready by July, or if it's ready by July at the earliest, there will be a period where there's no packs available. And this could be a time to do something similar to Orbs, like a promotional pack sale, where you would have characters from a very popular, or I don't know about popular, but well-known movie studio, where some of these characters coming into the game would be characters that are known to the outside world, right? And so I think that the crossover there could be awesome. I think having a pack sale, again, I don't want it to be large, but I think it could be interesting, and it could be great for marketing. It could be great for some cross-pollination, and it could be coming in at a perfect time when asset prices have not only recovered but are on the rise between sets. Now, again, we're making so many assumptions here based on previous pack sellouts, right? So something similar happened when beta sold out. Obviously, we saw the craziness after Untamed. People are expecting something to happen with Chaos Legion, but we don't know, because the market is the market and everything is down right now. And we're, technically going to enter into a recession very soon here in the US. So I don't know what that's going to look like. But I can say that if there are no packs available and new players are coming in, whether it is through the regular marketing that the team does, whether it is through tower defense as a new game mode within Splinterlands that could attract new players who like that kind of game mode and will need monster cards in order to stake on their towers, or if it's through some kind of collaboration like this movie studio that brings in a whole new audience to this potential game. Again, It's creating a small recipe for a perfect storm of a situation. Again, nothing like Untamed and the sellout of Untamed. That was in a bull run, but I'm just talking about there could be an interesting time in Q2, and this is why I'm really excited about Q2, just because there's a lot that seems to be happening in there. We will have these Soulbound reward cards already ready to go, and people will be used to that. We will have no more Chaos Legion. We'll see what happens with Rift Watchers if Rift Watcher starts to sell because Chaos Legion is no longer in print, or no longer available for sale. But again, it could be an interesting time of the year. So very much looking forward to that. But other than that, I'll go ahead and end this video here. These are the 5 biggest takeaways. The only thing is there's a little bonus thing. There's another Gladiator tournament happening this Friday, I believe. Wait for some confirmation from Weirdbeard. I don't know if there's going to be a post, but keep an eye out for it. This will not be a ghost card tournament, so this will be only, you use the Gladiator cards that you have as opposed to last time. So something to keep in mind, since I missed out on the last one, I do want to get in on this one. And yeah, that's all I have. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. But exciting times ahead. I am very much looking forward to all the cool stuff over the next 2 weeks and then beyond. So we'll see. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your day. We'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.